Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Bunker Podcast. We're back quick this time because we've switched the seats, and now we've got my man Luigi on the podcast. He is a grime MC. We're very excited to have my man on the show as well today. How are you doing, my guy?
You get me?
You get me? I think so. I think I do. I like to think I do. No, you've been making waves, man. I've been checking out your stuff. Like, how's it feel to have the city behind you?
Yeah, what, bro?
Like the city, like Sheffield, like you've been making waves in like Sheffield and getting the city rocking with you. Like, how does that feel, man?
I've been doing music for like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing music for about 8 years. But I've always messed about with it, never like took it serious. I remember the first time I bought my own little studio, started messing about and that, started making tracks, but never was serious, you get me then. Like I never took it on board, you get me, like I had other life thing going on, but I always did it. And obviously 2 years ago I started taking it serious. I got like obviously my cameraman, I had good friends around me, just pushed it, do you know what I mean? And that's what I've just constantly been doing now.
So it started off as like a hobby, like an interest,
and then I've always wanted to blow up and be famous, like, you know what I mean? But
it's just what for? It's like finding your passion within that, you know?
With music, you've got to find your sound, you've got to find your platform, you can't just come out of nowhere. Like you've got, I don't know, like for years and years I've always changed my sound, like I used to do rap, started trying to sing, doing different things and experimenting things, but now I've found what I can do best, do you know what I mean? And that's what I do best now, do you know what I mean? That's why the songs I bring out are what they are, do you know what I mean?
How did you get to that? Like what brought you to that point, like musically, in terms of your like musical evolution, I suppose?
Just, you know what it is, I'm not a quitter, innit, do you know what I mean? I practice every single day, like, it's...
Make it part of your life.
Like therapy, Like every day I'll wake up and I'll do something musical. Even if I'm with my son, even if I'm working, doing something grafting, I'll freestyle on a beat if it's at 4 in the morning and wake my neighbours up.
So like you'll literally be like picking your kid up from school and like you'll have a beat on in the car and
haircut, do you know what I mean? Barbara will love it, do you know? It's one of them, like, I'm not joking, it's like, it's just become a habit now, do you know what I mean? Like, and even if I didn't blow up in music and I didn't become successful in years to come and whatever, I'd always see music has always been that relief of taking away stress and problems. And
the number one passion,
Like from past experiences and that, like getting over my mum's death and my dad's death. I lost my dad when I was 15. Crazy. Like when I lost my dad when I was 15, it put me in a bad place from growing up, and as I got older and older, obviously I watched my mum go through a lot of shit, do you know what I mean? And
find solace in the music.
Obviously my mum got cancer as well, and obviously a lot of stuff's happened in my family, you know what I mean? And obviously she beat the cancer, and then obviously a year down the line she died, do you know what I mean? Last year.
Was it anything related to the illness, or was it like just something totally different?
She beat the cancer, and I'll be honest with you, I can say it now because when my mum died, it was so random. No, even the paramedics and afterwards, they said they didn't know how she died. It took, because we was in COVID as well at the time, it took 8 months for us to find out how our mum died. Like, that's how horrible it was. Like we were just sat there for 8 months thinking, how the hell did my mum die? And they told us.
That's the worst of not knowing, isn't it?
She weren't taking her heart tablets, something like that, something along them lines. I don't know what it were, but like of cardiac arrest or something. But what it is,
you write about that though, right? You write about that experience. So like your real life experiences like impact your music. That's why I'm interested in your creative.
My mum's death and my dad's death is a big motivation for me to what I want to do. The day before my mum died, she heard me on radio the day before my mum died. She said to me, "I hope you go far with music." The day after hearing
that means so much more. At the time, you would have just been, "Oh, thanks, mum." But then, like, once she's gone, it's like, whoa, that was like kind of the last thing she left me with, you know?
It killed me, but like, it pushed me so much now. Like, you either grieve and take life as it comes and just let yourself rot away and push everyone away, or you either just like grieve but also push yourself further to where you want to be. I mean, where I was when my mum died, I'm a lot further now, do you know what I mean? I'm a lot further now. And I'm proud of myself for that, do you know what I mean? Because
you should be,
I'm
man.
a person what can do that as me, do you know what I mean? So I've done that now.
You
now
turn that into music.
I want to start doing performances and start getting videos out every month, like, you know what I mean, keeping my fans happy and consistent. That's what I want.
Really, like it's like that changing mentality you were talking about. It's gone from that like little interest to like
you've got
going hard with it.
Because I was at a point when my mum died, and about 6 months after, I got into a bit of a depressive mode. You know what I mean? Like when my son was born as well. When my son was born, like there were a lot of problems with me and my my baby mum, do you know what I mean? We've sorted a lot of things out now, do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to go into detail with that, but obviously it's one of them, like since my son's been born, that's been a big motivation for me as well, to push everything now. Like,
I think kids changes you. I mean, I wouldn't know, but from what I understand, it changes you massively.
Now, you know what I mean? So I don't just do it for myself now, I do it for him, because like that's, my mum always wanted me to be a dad in it, so it was like, for all this to happen, it was meant to happen, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Does your son like your tunes?
Yeah,
is he into music?
But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's interesting that because obviously your stories are very vivid, but like from talking to you, you know, in the lead up to this, I've obviously come to understand that you do a lot of freestyling, and that's like your primary creative process. But that blows me away, like when I hear your like the interlude about your mum, that song, because that seems so like I don't know, like it seems like someone's like taken it seems like you put so much time into that, and like that felt like a written, but like I wasn't sure if that was a freestyle or not. I'd be like blown away if that was like a freestyle. Yeah, the letter to your mum. Did you write that one, or was that free?
That were actually written down.
I can tell it. You put a lot of thought into that. There's a lot of emotions in that tune, you know.
Like that between. I've got another song coming out on the 20th. I'm doing a video on the 20th, and I'm doing another deep song.
Nice.
It's like I said to you earlier. It's like it relates to that, but it relates to all the changes what have happened now. Like now I've got my son.
Progressing the story.
Progressing type of stuff, but obviously still deep.
Yeah.
Talks about I talk a lot of stories in it, like about what happened when my dad died, and how it made me, and you know what I mean. It's a very, very deep song.
People will hear that and
I've got a very good vision for it for a music video as well. Like my cameraman has been speaking about it. We're gonna get it done, and obviously we're gonna make it look good, man. So you know what it is? I've been bringing a lot of up-temp songs out lately. If you look at all my songs, they're all like up-temp, jumping back.
So you wanted to wind it back and do something
a little wind it back down a bit, and I've been saying it for a while now, because I've been having a writer's block in studio. I've not been able to get anything out. I've got my own studio, you see. So like, I sit there and I'm like, I can't get nothing out, but I've realised I need to get something deep out. Like I need to get it off my chest.
It's not just little bars that you can freestyle off the top of your head. Like you go more into that.
When it comes out, you'll understand. Like you'll hear the pain on that
for sure.
voice. You get me? Because I shout to get there.
Yeah.
When that comes out, you'll understand. Like, and I'm just after that, I'm gonna bring it back up again. You know?
You can't leave it too somber for too long. You gotta turn the fuck up.
It's too much, man.
Oh no, I respect that. Like. Because with us, like we've always said, like obviously there's the kind of like throwaway, like everyday, like content that's going to get people like clicking in the moment and like engaged in the moment, and like you need to keep doing all that stuff. It's bread and butter, and a lot of that stuff's really entertaining. But I think like it'd be a bit of a miserable world if you couldn't. For me personally, anyway, I'm sure for like Will and all the guys here as well. Like if we were only making that stuff, it'd be a bit miserable. Like you've got to have those things that you do. Put a bit more like time and energy and like care into that. Like there's that it's striking that balance, isn't it, between like having fun with it and then putting something out that's like really meaningful. Yeah, facts, bro. That's facts. Talk to us about that artist that you grew up listening to. Then, like, who helped you evolve your sound? Anywhere in the world, and also like when you were first coming out in the industry, is there anyone who like gave you a foot up the ladder? I guess.
I've been obviously when I was a kid, I grew up on the Tupac, Eminem especially. Like, all them like rappers from back in the day. I used to love American rap. I used to love it. That's what I was into. You know, if I try to listen to it now, I can't.
Really?
Like,
you enjoy it, but
music's so expanded. What it is, amazing. Do you know what I mean? So many good rappers, so many good people in the scene. But like, American rappers, like I would say, like Eminem, Tupac, Big Air, flipping Eazy-E, all them people like.
Yeah, even though Eazy-E's not a rapper, like he sounded hard as fuck.
Yeah, like he was on a couple of tracks and that, weren't he? And like, just all them type of rappers. Yeah. But as I got older, I started listening to a lot of like
Taste change.
UK rappers. When can you remember Foot Radio?
Yeah. When they were just doing it in someone's mate's kitchen,
Jammers, like I think I don't know where it was. I think it was something like in a little basement or something.
You were tuned in all the way back then,
yeah,
like
Ice Kid,
hard. Yeah.
Where's he gone, bro? Do you know what I mean?
Who knows? I hope we'll see him back soon. I mean, jeez.
Chipmunk, Criminal, Little Nasty, they're all the people I grew up on. Like all them people, grind back in the day was just so lit. It was so live.
Because obviously
massive cultural impact.
Yeah,
it's still going.
It was so live.
UK's like influencing America almost more than the other way. Like now, I'd say.
Boy, better know about it back in the day, man. That was a seed, man. If you look at all them old songs, what used to come out from back in the day, like they're all like.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, would you say talking of speaking on maybe mentors for yourself, people who you were around personally, when you first came out and helped you, like I said, get a foot in the door. Talking about them for a second, do you feel as though you've surpassed any of your mentors, or have you still got that ambition? Are you still climbing, if that makes sense? In your head, and obviously everyone's going to perceive that question differently and everyone's going to have their own opinions, but for yourself personally, are you still chasing any of your mentors, or can you say you've surpassed them?
I feel like I've never had a mentor. I feel like I've always I've had people give me advice, but I've always done my own thing, you know what I mean? I've always do it how I want to do it, do you know what I mean? Nah, not really, no, not I progressed myself, do you know what I mean? But there's obviously, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, do you know what I mean? From last year, I've progressed, so from next year, I want to see more progression, do you know what I mean?
For sure.
And as the time goes on, I want to just keep progressing, because that's the only way I want to go, you know what I mean? But,
the only way is up.
Yeah, the only way is up, man, yeah. You got to have that attitude as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've had mentors, though, I don't know. I've had people help me out.
It's
like my mentors,
that's a good question. Maybe I guess a mentor can just be someone who's helped you out, but I guess in the traditional sense of the term, it's someone who's taught you everything.
Have you ever heard of FOS?
FOS rings a bell.
It was on BBC Three. Rap Game. You heard of Rap Game?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was on the first one, big up.
No way.
Yeah, that's great. And would you know him personally, or just
I didn't know him then, but I met him after he's come off the Rap Game.
Yeah.
And we become friends in the studio, started talking and that. He's a good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine.
He's you know him now.
It's
so crazy. Do you ever have those conversations with him where you talk to him about bro, I loved your shit as a fan, and then I met you.
We've got a song together. On YouTube. It's called Good Vibes.
Yeah.
It's on his channel.
Check it out.
It's a proper different song. It's me, kind of it's very different to what I do, but he made the instrumental. We went in, did a video to it, and I made a vibe, man. But
I'll check it for sure.
He's done a lot more than me. He's done so much. He's been on TV. He's done everything. He's done everything I need to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So in that way, you're still trying to work your way up to his level. Yeah.
If you mean that by a mentor, then probably people like him, because someone who's further than me, giving me advice and helping me. That's what you mean by it, don't you? That's a mentor.
Showing you holes in the road.
So I wouldn't say I've got surpassed him because obviously blue tick. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. There's a lot of things I see him and I think that's where I want to be. You know what I mean? I'm chasing.
A lot of guys who will get to your position though, and garner a fan base and a name for themselves, even if it's what's the word? There's still people who you aspire to replicate, kind of. You've got people you still look up to. A lot of guys in your position would go oh well, sort of be satisfied, sort of be settled in that, and just go oh well, I might never be these guys, but I'm more than X. I'm above X, Y, and Z, right? But in that way, they're complacent, and they might never achieve necessarily what their potential might be. But you've got that mentality to, like you said, you're not a quitter. Like you'll keep going and going and going.
I'm a fighter, not a quitter, man.
Yeah. You're always looking to the next thing rather than what's behind you, right?
If I don't, I wouldn't be where I am now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be making music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
You got to wake up and want it. You know what I mean? You got to wake up and want it, not wake up and just think, I'm just gonna sit here all day and not do anything. I'm not like that. I can't do that.
Yeah, you always felt you were meant to be a somebody kind of deal.
You've just got to be making money, or either making money or being with your family, or making your
making your music.
That's what I do, you know what I mean? So it's like passion. Like obviously we've all got things we love doing, you know what I mean? So one of them.
How did you handle the transition from I assume going around Sheffield now, people recognise your face. How did you handle that transition from being relatively under the radar to people knowing your music and fucking with you kind of deal?
It don't really bother me, to be honest. Has
it changed anything about your life you live now, or do you still try and keep the basics kind of grounded?
More now, focusing on my music now. Do you know what I mean? I just got my son. Do you know what I mean? Just plan for the future, really. Do you know what I mean? Hope for the best and everything. Obviously, I just like I said, I just want to be dropping a video near enough every month now. Do you know what I mean? That's the aim. From starting this month, when I've got a video dropping next week. Music video. It's called No Trust.
No Trust. Check that out.
But that'll be out on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Luigi Official Artist. If you want to find me as well.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll be dropping a video near enough every month because consistency is the key in it. Do you know what I mean? Also doing different things in between them all. Do you know what I mean? Like shows. Obviously podcasts.
When you're at a show, what do you like to leave your fans with? What do you kind of like to give them whenever you perform live? What do you like them to take away from it?
My gassed up song to get the crowd jumping. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want them to enjoy themselves.
I couldn't be doing a deep song. You know what I mean? All crowds crying.
I thought this was a festival. This is mad emotional.
I don't want no tears. Do you know what I mean? For events and that, it's just up temp songs, isn't it? You want to I do a lot of songs. I've been working on a lot of house rhythms as well.
Nice,
I've been doing house rhythms, trying to get them. I've been getting them on
experimenting with different.
I haven't brought any out yet, but I will be dropping one. I'll be doing a video to one soon. So I've got a house tune. It's proper sick as well.
Get people turned up. Get people fucking showing.
You would definitely pull a 1 foot skank to it.
Nice,
I can imagine. I'm sure you will see me doing that at some point in time.
It's good, man. It's good. Experimenting, you get obviously, man, it's
so good things, mate. So good things.
Right now, you see a lot of people now bringing out them house rhythms and stuff like that. It's good to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, branching out. At the end of the day, the more people you appeal to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's different scenes in music, isn't it?
Yeah, meeting people.
The rap scene, and you're trying to do that, but if you look to that,
just go over here and work with this other guy.
What's up, man?
Bad Boy Chili.
Yeah,
they're smashing it. Look at them. They're smashing it, man. They're making millions, and all they're doing is doing house rhythms and just being alcoholics.
That's their thing. They've found their lane and they're winning within that, you know.
Man. Big up to them, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, man. Gotta give credit where credit's due and all that. So yeah, what's the next step for you? I guess how do you hope to evolve, progress, take Luigi to the take your music, Luigi music, to the next level?
Well, I have got, you know what it is? By next year, I just want to be 10 times further than what I am now. Do you know what I mean? I want to see a big progression by end of the year. Do you know what I mean? But
it's ambitious.
For me to do that, I have to put in a lot of work. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm starting to get a lot of invite to shows. Do you know what I mean? Which is the start. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to start being on stage. Do you know what I mean? I've had the thrill of it and I like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like going mad on the stage.
It's like a buzz. It's like an addiction, I imagine. Like you've told me this before. Like when you perform on stage, it's like a buzz. It's an addiction.
Sure. Oh yeah. It's nothing like it.
You feel like it suits you so much. Do you know what I mean? You jump on stage and that's it. You see people's faces and you just like the confidence just kicks in straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hear your music and you're like, that's it. Do you know what I mean?
And you see them like getting gassed for it, and like
get gassed.
That means a lot. You know,
like that's what you've got to be like. The energy. It's all about energy on stage. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't have energy, you just like you're not gonna be. You know what I mean?
People want to have fun.
Yeah, and you need to do something
people want to have fun. You just want to turn up. You don't really want to be like.
That's what I mean.
And just leave them with like some like memories. Like I imagine you don't want to go to a show and like not leave your mark, if that makes sense. Do something different to everyone else.
I did an event in Lincoln a couple of weeks back.
How'd that go down?
Well, it was a birthday bash for my friends, my boy D-Stack. He did like a birthday bash, but like he got a lot of people there. Like there must have been at least 250 people there. I mean, that for a birthday bash is quite big, you know?
Innit? And like all of them are like tuning into you and like
loads of rappers
riding you hard. Yeah.
From different cities, and I brought my friend down, Niall from called Manny Hands from Sheffield. I brought him down to jump on stage and he can do a song like that. I didn't want to be the only Sheffield rapper there. I'm just going to
stand out like
I've got to bring someone. You know what I mean? So brought him down, and yeah, man, the crowd got a reaction, man. When I come on and I did a song, I got a reaction, man. So like it was good. Do you know what I mean?
And that'll just grow as your fan base grows. Like the amount of people you'll see showing up will just inflate.
Like,
you know?
I see people doing music from time. Like this is how I know. And I don't like to say it in a bad way, but like I've seen people do music for time. Like been doing it for years and years. And this is not just people meeting in my city or out. Loads of people I know. Do you know what I mean? And to see progression I put in a year. Just off a couple songs, Spotify, do you know what I mean? Like looking at my monthly listers and I'm thinking, wow, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I sometimes think, right.
You see people who've been doing it for ages who can't.
I didn't expect it, do you know what I mean? Like it's not a lot, but like you think
maybe you can use
it's a lot better than other people's, but it's not competition at the end of the day. It's just I focus on my own things, do you know what I mean? But like I've hit a lot of targets as well what I wanted to do with music, so like for me, that's made me just want to push it even more, do you know what I mean? Like, if I can get this progression in another year, then...
It's about going again and again and again,
I'm doubling, so I just, let's open it, you know?
You've got the ambition, my guy, you've got the mentality nailed down. If you keep going with that, like you guys will go to the very, very top, I'm sure. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for, but it has been a pleasure to have you on, my good man. We've had a really good interview. I think that was great. Come back anytime, Luigi. We've got Medley in the back, like you both. Welcome back anytime. That was the Bunker Podcast. Tell me where to find your music again. Is there anyone you want to shout out?
If you want to find me on YouTube, it's Luigi Official Artist. If you want to find me on SoundCloud, it's Luigi Official. Or Spotify, same again, Luigi Official.
Sick. We heard it here. You heard it here.
Instagram, Luigi Official 77. That's Instagram, because I put all my previews up on there and everything. Man, that's for Snapchat as well, because I put a lot of updates on that as well. So I'm mainly on Snapchat. That's a Luigi Official BU. That's all it.
Nice.
You heard it here first, guys. Thank you very much for checking out the Bunker Podcast today. Make sure to like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed that, and we will be back soon. Peace.